Max B about the dude's money. So I guess she's telling yo, I met this trick. Like, yo, this nigga got bread. He got like, so Max B is like, how much money? She said a lot. Sound like a 21 Savage song, huh? Wingate then said he was going to get him. So Max B's like, yo, we gotta go rob that nigga. Which Conway understood meaning as he was gonna go get the money from the dude. Wingate asked Conway where Plowden was, and she told him he was probably at a club. She also told him where he was staying. Wingate telephoned Leardom, which is his supposedly half-brother or something, or stepbrother, who arrived a few minutes later and spoke with Max B. When they were finished speaking, Wingate told Conway to go with Leardom and take him to the hotel where he was staying. So they knew he was staying at a hotel, and Max B says, yo, go with my half-brother and go back to that same hotel, see if you can find that nigga. According to Conway, Wingate didn't intend to use force, but rather intended to steal the money while Plowden was at the club. Now, this is his appeal, so of course he's going to say, we didn't plan to kill the nigga. We planned to steal it from out of his room. We're going to kick the door down and steal the money. Shamel Foy, who's the only witness to testify on behalf of the defense, said he was at a basketball court and saw Wingate and Conway, but never seen Leardom. They left the basketball court. Leardom tried to get a car, but unable to find one suitable for his purposes. And Wingate called the cell phone of a taxi driver, which is this guy, and asked him to drive his brother and his girlfriend to New Jersey. They drove them to New Jersey, but stopped for gas on the way. And while Leardom went to the store at the gas station, Wingate pulled up in a car and told Conway that if she pulled it off, he would love her forever. So Max B told this chick, yo, if you do this shit, I'm going to love you forever. They arrived at Fort Lee Holiday Inn at approximately 4:30, and after mistakenly going to two other Holiday Inns. So it looked like they went to the wrong ones. During the journey, 3 calls were placed from his phone to the Holiday Inn reservation line. Looked like they were calling, hotels do this, I think is really bad. They'll allow you sometimes to call a place and be like, hey, do you have a guest by the name of whatever? Could you connect me to their room? And they'll actually go through who's actually, that's why if you're a celebrity, you got to stay under a fake name. Because someone could call the hotel and be like, hey, I'm looking for Busta Rhymes. Well, that's not his real name, but I'm looking for so-and-so. Could you connect me to their room? And they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll patch you in. And they connect you to the room. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, what room is it again? And they'll even tell you, oh, it's room 403. I'm connecting you through right now. So now you know the nigga's staying in room 403. Backdoor heaven, right? So even the concierge will help backdoor you sometimes. So they call 2 places. They realize it's not there, and they find the one that he's there. On the way to the room, the dude put on gloves and took duct tape from his pocket and displayed a handgun. Gina, who had not seen these items previously, became nervous because this was not part of the plan. When they arrived at the room, Leardom told Conway to use her key card to open the door, but it didn't work. Remember, the night before, they had gotten the hotel, and I think he had given her a key. But I guess he canceled the key. Or maybe he extended the room and it needed to be, like, reactivated. Conway called Plowden's cell phone and could hear it ringing, which meant that he was in the room, but Plowden didn't respond. Conway knocked on the door. Neves answered, so that's the next bitch who's getting fucked in there. He told Conway, by the way, Chad, when the more you kind of read the story, you realize that these situations that a lot of these guys end up dying in is in the pursuit of vagina, right? The dude fucked one prostitute and is now fucking another prostitute and basically is moving a little bit sloppy, not realizing all these prostitutes have boyfriends that are broke or boyfriends that are gangsters or boyfriends that will set up a robbery, right? So she knocks on the door. The next girl or the next prostitute answers the door and told Conway and Leardom that he was sleeping, and she tried to close the door. Conway put her foot in the door, and her and Leardom entered the room. Once inside, Leardom grabbed Neves by the hair, pointed a gun at her head, and demanded the money and Plowden car keys. Conway searched the room. Plowden continued to sleep. Oh, this nigga's a heavy sleeper. So you're telling me somebody break into the room, they grab up the girl by the hair that you're with, you're hearing other people's noise, and you're still that's how you know that nigga definitely got some pussy. That level of deep sleep, level 10, knocked out, you know he just got some box. Chat, you ever got some pussy like it felt like you slept into another dimension, bro? Exactly. He shoved Neves into the bathroom and told Conway to tape her up, which Conway did, duct taping Neves' wrists, mouths, and ankles. Neves got a good look at Leardom and noticed a scar on the left side of his face. Conway woke up Plowden, so they're like, what the fuck, they can't find the money. So they're like, yo, wake up, nigga. And Leardom told Plowden not to look at him or he will be shot. So Plowden turned away and Conway duct taped his hands and eyes. Plowden told him about the money under the mattress. While Conway and Leardom searched the room, Plowden, who was on the floor by the comforter, was able to lift part of the duct tape from his eyes and peek to see what was going on. He eventually told Leardom and Conway the rest of the money was downstairs in the friend's room. Oh, man. That's fucked up. So he low-key backdoored his own mans. They're robbing you. They're robbing you because you fucked this girl yesterday. You fucked the backdoor ting yesterday, and they came to backdoor you. They got $1,000, but you think that they're probably going to kill you because it's not enough, and you sent them to go to your man's room. Like, why would you send them to your man's room? Oh, my God. Holding a gun to Plowden's head, they forced Plowden to call Taylor, who's in the other room. When Taylor arrived at the room, so basically tell him to come up here. Oh, my God. So Taylor gets to the room. He knocked on the door, and Conway opened it. Leardom stood behind the door with the gun, and when Taylor entered, Leardom pointed the gun at his face. Taylor reached for the gun, and it discharged. So that's how they shot him, right? Point-blank range. And Taylor fell dead. According to the Bergen County medical examiner who conducted the autopsy, Taylor had stipling on his face, which is stipling is if one bullet is fired close range because of the blast of the gun and the heat, you'll get almost like burns. So if a gunshot is fired right next to you, it's called stipling. So he had stipling on his face. So basically, he went like this, or they assumed, or maybe like by the witnesses, he went for the gun like this and he got shot in the head. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So he had stipling on his face and two of his fingers and a gunshot wound to his mouth. Okay, the bullet went in his mouth. He had died from a intraoral gunshot wound to his head and neck. Now, the thing is, the bullet goes through the mouth. It doesn't just go out through the back. The bullet, a lot of times, could ricochet, go left, right, all over the place. So I guess it probably went up in his head and killed him. And also, your neck has really important shit. Conway collected the items from the room, including cell phones, a laptop, and new clothes that Plowden had purchased the day before. And they went through Taylor's pockets. So the guy who they just killed, they went through his pockets and they took $800. Damn, this is heinous. The dude is bleeding out. He's shot in the head. He's dead. And they're still going through his pockets. They're not even saying fuck. And this is why I say women get away with everything so easily. The woman, like, basically was down with this plot, whatever. She's trying to, like, you know, she ended up telling on both of them, both Max B and the other guy. But she's a woman, so she doesn't get full accountability, if you ask me. Because if, you know, everyone, even Max B's whole thing is, oh, we said rob him, we didn't say kill him. She's saying the same thing too. Oh, I didn't know you were gonna kill him. Shorty, stop it. If that was your thought and you see him get shot through the mouth and is dying on the ground, you don't go through his pockets, you leave. You're horrified. But the dude is dying or dead, and you go through the pockets of a dead man, it tells me you were just determined to get what you wanted to get, which is money. So she went through his pockets and took $800. Leardom took the watch. So the guy's dead to take the watch off his hand. And they changed into one of Plowden's shirt and a suit jacket. So they put on a suit jacket while the guys laid there dead in the hotel room. What the hell? And nobody else in the Holiday Inn like calls a cops or something like that? Like, well, I guess there's only one gunshot wound, but it must have been some shouting. Get on the fucking ground. Give me all your shit. Like, you know what I mean? Nobody notices. Leardom struck Plowden in the face with the gun. Remember, he's duct taped. And Conway took Neves' purse and threatened to kill Neves and her family before leaving. By the way, they both don't have masks, I'm guessing. Before leaving, Conway and Leardom told Plowden they were going to go in Taylor's room. Yeah, they were. Yeah, I'm surprised that the girl eventually got 20 years for snitching. They even went into the room of the dead guy. So the guy's dead. They go through his pockets and they go downstairs because they really want this money. And if the money was not there, they would come back and kill him. Plowden managed to free himself and chase after them. He caught and punched Conway. So Plowden caught the stripper and he punched her. But when she screamed and Leardom turned towards him with the gun, he retreated. When Leardom and Conway returned to the car, so this guy looked like he was going to be charged, but like he was literally hired as a taxi driver. He knew nothing about it. When they get back to Bengwe, this is a kind of like a Nigerian type of name, right? Bengay, I don't even know how to say his name. Notice Leardom was wearing new clothes. They drove Leardom and Conway. There was no blood nowhere. Back to the apartment in New York City, where Leardom phoned Charlie Wingate, which is Max B. Conway took the bag containing the items stolen to the hotel room and went to Sin City, where she met Golston and later took a bus with him to his apartment in Bloomfield. She left the bag at his apartment, took another bag, and went home to Wingate's sister-in-law. While there, she called Max B, who said he was sorry for what had happened and he would take care of her. During the ensuing police investigation, Plowden not only failed to identify Leardom from 2 photo arrays, but identified the picture of another man the police had been used as a filler. So they gave her a lineup and he picked the wrong guy. Detective interviewed Golston and tried to retrieve the bag. The bag, Oh, wow. Okay. Wow.
By Gina was already to be embraced, snitched. And this would start a whole crazy thing because it's like, all right, well, his friend's going to cut him off. He was beefing with Jim Jones, calling Jim Jones a snitch. How is this going to go? Is he going to be released? Is he going to be embraced if he is? If he's a rat, should he just stay? So this man single-handedly started the whole snitch campaign against Max B. Now, once that happened, I mean, there's a ton of videos on this from a few months ago. Max B.
I think that's Leardom, right?
Pooh Sims co-defendant because nobody really knows him for anything else. The real Pooh Sims, I don't know why it's way up here, but here is the co-defendant, Kelvin Leardom, aka Pooh Sims. Now, when you Google him, nothing really comes up. You can find his Instagram, the real Pooh Sims. I don't know why it's way up here, but just bear with me.
So it's the guy who did the shooting. He's the one who's coming out to say Max B snitched on him.
I'm Max B co-defendant. Max B. It's also my family.
Now, here's the thing. I think this guy's doing, let me see, Pooh Sims. How long is he sentenced to? No, not Pooh Shiesty, Pooh Sims. Leardom, Max B sentence. Let's see. I think Leardom got sentenced to the same thing. So I think the dude's a little bit mad that Max B's getting out early.
Pops is married to my mom's. I'm locked up out here in Jersey for this case that me, him, and Gina Conway all got locked up for. During this time that we got locked up back in 2006, Max was signed to Jim Jones, Bird Gang, Dipset, caught this case. The police came to talk to Max. And Max B ended up cooperating with the police and assisting them.
So after they got booked, the police went and spoke with Max B, and Max B fully cooperated.
But I'm locate Gina Conway.
Okay, let me rewind that. Because he said he helped the police locate her.
And Max B ended up cooperating with the police and assisting them. We're helping them locate Gina Conway. So that's what I put out there, and I put that back out. Like I said, we got locked up in 2006. I didn't get my discovery to the end of 2007, and that's when I put it out. I put it out in 2008.
Now the snitching is supposedly Max B telling the cops where his girlfriend worked. That's snitching? I don't know.
Put the paperwork out.
So for the people who don't know, what is a discovery?
Now
Okay, so what he's saying,
to put this paperwork out. Now, he also told me to make sure I block out buildings, address fraud. Now, I'm going to take y'all all the way over here, though. Right? And when I take you over here, I want to say this to you.
Okay.
And you said also to Mr. Delaney on redirect that you already had the information about Sin City, that Gina Conway was some way associated with Sin City.
Okay, so it looked like Max B told the cops that Gina Conway, his quote unquote girlfriend, worked at Sin City.
When you want to, yes, salute the transcripts.
Okay.
He didn't say that his girl set up a robbery. He didn't say that it.
All right.
Simply can't.
I like Jake's take because I agree with him.
I'm telling.
Okay, so so the big thing that Max B snitched on was he said his girl works at the club. He didn't say that his girl set up a robbery. He didn't say that his stepbrother blew somebody's brains out. He said my girl work at a club. And that's all y'all had to fucking come up with? This is all the co-defendant could say to try to knock Max B's name out the way. So this is something that's interesting, right? I'm gonna show y'all what the fuck snitching actually is, because what they're talking about here ain't it. So again, this is Max B's actual appeal, right? Now, when you go through Max B's appeal, we're gonna go after dude got his shit blown out, whatever.
We live on Vlad. What's up?
Wack, I had to call you. I don't know if you want to do this after.
We live on Vlad. What's up?
Oh, Vlad, what's good, my brother?
What up?
Wack, I think you've been countered. I think we're hearing that Max B's as solid as they come. He did not cooperate, brother.
Max B, I sent you all the paperwork.
I'm watching the 1090 Jake thing. It said that he.
No, I don't care about 1090. 1090 is just a regular dude like everybody else. The documents, this is what you're looking for. Actually, here,
Okay.
let me guide you directly to what you want to read.
Okay, give me a paperwork breakdown.
I sent you the paperwork. This is going to guide you right to where you want to read. This is one part where he's admitting that due to his cooperation, he should be given leniency. Here, that's
What page is
other
this?
part. That's Max B's paperwork.
Okay, yeah, but
The other part
you sent me a
is-
document. What page is on it?
I don't look at it. It'll tell you that. You have all the documents. You even have the appeal. There's another part where you'll see Max B told the detectives where the girl involved in the murder robbery, where she works, with strip club, and where
Is
she
that
lives.
snitching though? I've heard from
Hell
people.
yeah, that's snitching. See, this is the part.
If hold on, if I'm a street dude, let's say me and you are street dudes, and they said, "Do you know where Wack works?" And I said, "I know Wack does podcasts or does interviews with DJ Vlad." Am I snitching?
Listen, let's paint the right picture. Academics.
Yeah.
This lady and this dude was involved in a murder robbery. We know you have some involvement as well. What do you know about them? She works at Scarlet Strip Club and lives at this location. They're letting him know she is an interest. He knows she's of interest because they put the play together. Anytime you give any information up on anybody else other than yourself, you're telling. And this is why your crowd is not going to understand. Our rules are our rules. We don't give a damn about what the civilians or the L7 thinks. The minute Max B told that detective where that woman lived and where she worked, and they apprehended her, she then told on Pooh Sims, who got 120 to life, and she did like 8 years or so. She went to jail as well. You tell it. And if you read the document, you're going to read.
But I heard she told on Max B as well.
Listen, it don't matter. He told on her first.
Okay.
We don't give a shit.
Let me ask you. Let me ask you one question.
If you read the document, it says.
No. So the paperwork.
Hold on. Wingate also urges that the court erroneously failed to find any mitigating factors. Specifically, he argued that the conduct was a result of circumstances unlikely to recur, because he would have nothing more to do with Conway. He also argues that he cooperated with law enforcement authorities, right? Within helping them locate Conway. You're a fucking rat. It's right there.
Okay. Let me ask you a question.
Do you not see that?
No, I do see it, but
do you see it?
No, I see it, but if your lawyer contends, like for example, if your lawyer says
no,
if your lawyer makes a case saying you have been helping to stop the violence in the community,
listen, the lawyer,
isn't that an argument you would make in an appeal?
The lawyer, listen, only it said Wingate cooperating with law enforcement help find out Conway's location. That is not the lawyer. Is the lawyer name? Who name is Wingate?
That's Max B.
Okay. It specifically says Wingate, not the lawyers. Wingate helped the detectives through cooperating with law enforcement authorities, helping them locate Conway. Look, bro, in our world where we come from, you told. You ratted. And he also told, that's letting you know his cooperation was, she lives here, work there. He knew she was part of the murder robbery because they all lined it up. Are you playing the recordings I sent you on this brother who's doing 120 to life? I sent you all this 2 days ago.
120 to life? That's a real number.
Yeah. All right, hold on though. But here's the thing.
You the recordings.
That number doesn't make sense. 120 to life. Like,
Yeah, no. Yo. Tell Vlad this is New Jersey. They fry you over here. They don't play that. They fry you.
Bro,
some Texas shit.
We got homies that got 237 and plus 2 life sentences.
Hey, shout out
2 life sentences plus 237.
Yeah, Vlad in New Jersey when they catch. Hey, tell Vlad the niggas that ran up in my crib they doing 20. I ain't even have to take the stand. I was ready to do it.
Listen, and I wouldn't have called you a rat because you a civilian. Listen, at the end of the day, I don't know Max B. I have all the reason in the world to be cool with him because him and French are brothers, and French is my comrade, respectfully. But the paperwork is the paperwork. In 6ix9ine's words, they're just like him.
Hey, by the way, also Vlad, just to give you a little more context, because I grew up in that county. It's Bergen County. It's a Jewish county.
Don't play over there.
Nothing is open on Sundays. All malls are closed. That's law. You cannot sell nothing on Sundays. You do crime over there, that's why they held Fabio for 6 months. They just buried that nigga. They don't give a fuck.
So look, you got the paperwork. You looking at it. You got the full document. I isolate the document. You have a recording from his brother, Pooh Sims. Press play, bro. Let him hear. He's doing 120 to life.
Yeah, but I don't need to hear him kind of repeat. Like, I know the crime he did. Like, you know.
He's the one that directed me where to go find these documents. He's doing the time. The girl did 8 years or 10 years or so. She did time.
All right, let me ask you this ideological question. Hey, because this is also what Max B is arguing. Yo, I told him to go steal the money. This is the dummy that shot the nigga in the head because he wanted to. He was doing too much or whatever the fuck.
You cannot listen, bro. See.
Once you're involved in a crime,
no, I agree. I'm playing devil's advocate.
But listen, me and you, we go to the store, right? Vlad, take me to the store. I go in the store, shoot a dude. Vlad don't know. I walk out with a bag of chips and a soda pop, get in Vlad's car, pull off, don't say nothing. The cameras catch Vlad's plates, right? They knock on Vlad's door. I know Vlad is going to say, yeah, we went to the store. Yeah, it was whack. I put Vlad in that situation. What I would do is come out that damn thing on foot and never look back at Vlad or nothing ever again to try to keep him out of it. But if Vlad is my homeboy, Vlad from the street, Vlad can't tell them people nothing. This is the rules of the streets. This is why I wrote the 13 new commandments of the streets, because what you're saying is how they're living it. I put in all the old rules and all the new rules they're living by. Not my rules. This is what they're doing. He told, Act, if you give them any information on anybody else about the commission of a crime and you're from the streets, you're a rat. You know that.
Okay, all right, and I'm using some of these maybe mental. I'm playing a little bit devil's advocate, but these are valid questions, I think. All right, for example, so there's a Chicago case with Rondo number 9 and C-Day. So it's two guys, they robbed a cab driver and the guy got killed. Essentially on appeal, one of these guys, I think it was Rondo number 9, his attorney raised the issue. Hey, the evidence points towards the my co-defendant doing the crime more than it points to me. Now
we still gonna book you for telling.
No. They're both kind of like, both of their lawyers are going to try to say, hey, you guys have the wrong guy. It's the other guy. And it's not really telling on the other guy. They're just saying the evidence supports another person doing the crime, not me.
Listen.
Is that telling?
Listen. If any of them individuals gave their attorney any statements to use against the other dude about that crime, is telling. But this is telling. Wingate, who is Max B.
But Wack, he only told him where he worked.
With law enforcement authorities by helping them locate Conway. It's nothing else to talk about, Ack. I'm sorry.
All right. Okay. Let me just use another example. All right. Two people do a crime.
Cooperation.
All right, Wack.
Law enforcement.
Wack, say you were into criminality and someone gets interrogated and they said, hey, you know Wack 100, right? Person says yes. To be like, is he from California? If he says yes, is that telling?
At that point, you just gave up information on somebody else.
That's telling?
Period.
Oh,
we're going to see that as that.
Oh, my God.
If they tell
we got to steal the
bro,
sidewalk, y'all. We got to steal the sidewalk. We got to.
Listen, bro. But listen, if they say, hey, Wack, Big U, yeah, what up? Do we live in the 60s? I don't know where he lived. That's on you to figure that out. Big U.
Hold on.
Is he from 60s? I don't know where the fuck he from.
Wow.
Actually, from this point on, I plead the fifth.
Hey,
Big U, is he black? I don't know what he is.
What? You can't say he black? No.
I'm not saying nothing. I'm not giving them any information about another individual in the commission of a crime. Those are the rules of the streets. The rules are they. Hey, bro.
You can't say he's black.
Act. Listen, you ain't from the streets, so what you say don't matter. Those are those rules. Hey, Black's part of the Jewish community. They got so many holidays. We be like, what? Bro, I be trying to do business. Is my wire coming? It's a holiday. Would I say black?
That's a real thing.
Does it matter? If I tell them, hey, bro, I need you to go to work that day and sit in that wire. Does what I'm saying matter? It doesn't matter. So what I'm saying is, what you're saying doesn't matter.
I'm gonna call you a hypocrite because I remember vividly when you were on Clubhouse and you played the call where you said there was a federal investigator that called you and they asked you about Jay Prince, and you didn't give up incriminating information, but you answered questions. You're like, hey, Jay Prince is a good businessman.
Now let me tell you why I did that.
Okay.
Their whole thing
was that telling?
Hell no, I didn't tell. I cleared him. Their whole thing was.
So you did what Thug did. Thug cleared Woody.
No, I didn't. Their whole thing was Jay Prince has been issuing threats against you. Are you in fear of this man? I told them that man has never issued a threat against me. He's a pillar in his community as I am in mine. I am not in fear of this man, or I've never been in fear of this man, and he has never threatened me in his life.
Why did you tell him, I don't know no Jay Prince?
Because if I would have hung the phone up, they could have kept that open. By me saying on record, I'm not in fear, never have been in fear, and he's never threatened me, whatever they was on, they gotta close it. I did him a favor.
So you did him a solid.
I did him a favor.
Hey, Wack,
I couldn't even double back. If I doubled back and said, yeah, I am, his legal could have used that against me and said, I'm not credible. I put myself in the trick bag to guarantee him whatever y'all talking about on them phones, stupid, stop talking about it and cleared him.
Wack, they're talking about maybe I could, I think you're going to go over to Vlad too, but they're saying the Max B interview is on the table. They're talking some dates. Hey, would you sit down with Max? I need somebody like you from the street.
That's a fact. I ain't got a problem with that. I ain't got a problem with that at all. All I'm going to do is read his paperwork. See, this like, listen, I don't know Max B. This is his paperwork.
By the way, everybody sent me to read paragraph 4. And they said paragraph 4 is going to counter everything you're saying because they want to shoot him some bail. So paragraph 4, and by the way, I'm reading from this is the appellate thing that's published on the Justia U.S. Law website. It says,
I sent you all that.
Wingate's argument, which is Max B's argument that he cooperated with law enforcement is also devoid of merit. It was Conway, not Wingate. So it was Gina Conway, not Max B, who admitted her complicity in the crimes and testified against Leardom, aka Pooh Sims, and Max B, Charlie Wingate.
We know all of that.
Let me read the last statement. And
listen,
it says the statement.
Listen, it says it right here. Wingate helped them locate. Now we got a punchline. Wingate helped them locate. Conway. Wingate helped them locate.
Well,
Conway got located and told on everybody. But that's not before Max B told on her first. That's it, bro.
So you're saying that he told on her, then she told on
the only nigga didn't tell is Pooh Sims.
I feel like with that mentality, though, you just have to go take 120 years. Like, that's the only way.
Hey, bro, me and Vlad just talked about it. This is why I tell the kids, stay out of the streets. Stay out of gang life. It is irrational. It makes no sense, but these are the rules. And if you sign up for it, you're going to follow those rules. That's it.
Wow, it does say this statement Wingate provided to law enforcement authorities about Conway's whereabouts can hardly be deemed cooperation. That's in his appellate paperwork.
Listen to me. We don't give a fuck what the court say. The street say, if you gave them information on that girl, where she lived and where she worked, where to find her, that is cooperation. Period. Listen, I hate to use this. If another man was involved in a sexual act with another man, we're going to say that's gay, right?
Yeah.
If another man kissed another man in the mouth, what they going to say?
He's gay.
So one is another extreme, right?
Yeah.
It's different, but it's all, they're going to all label it the same thing. I say that to say this. He gave up information on an individual which led to their arrest. He told, bro. I didn't tell him to do it. He did it. Hey, Vlad, all you guys, y'all watch people for years say, I'm some CS2 back. My name ain't it don't say Jones. It don't say Whack 100, Whack, Cash Jones for years. And then soon, which by the way, Vlad, I won my lawsuit. Yes, I definitely got paid. That's a fact. Shout out World Star Hip Hop, LA Media. That's a fact. Because they did a thing saying I was CS2 back in this snitch paperwork on the main streets. Gave it to Big U dumbass, uses his relationship, puts it up on World Star. It gets 3 million views. I don't cry. I filed a civil suit. Now, what you know is this. Once I filed that civil suit, all books, all doors are open. World Star came in with their legal. They like, hey, pull the case. Talk to the detectives. He has nothing to do with this case. That's not him. Y'all got to pay him. I already got my wire.
Okay.
So, end of the day, tell him go sue him because, matter of fact, you tell Max B, I'll pay for his attorney. You know why I want him to sue him?
Wow.
Because there's a sealed file over there that I know what's in it because his brother Pooh Sims told me. The minute he sues them for this, they open the files up. Tell him go sue him so we can open up that sealed document. Other than that, telling is telling. You can't, you, me, or nobody else can restructure or rewrite what telling is. And I'm going to continue my Vlad interview, and I'll call you later.
All right, Vlad. Does Wack ever just say, you know what? Yeah, he not a rat. We got it wrong. All right, Chad. I don't know where we go from there. We'll see. We will see. What do y'all think? Okay. Anyway. Sorry. We got a bunch more topics. Jesus Christ. We took so long. We took 2 hours on like 2 topics. God damn, this is crazy. Okay. Which one's more entertaining for y'all? All right, let's do Kanye. So, chat, it looks like Kanye, I would think he's going through the process, and if he stays on track, you know, I always think that no matter how canceled he is, he could always get another chance to kind of, come back. But he's got to be on bended knees. He's going to have to bow down, kiss the ring. And it does appear that he might be taking these steps. He has now apologized for offending the Jewish community in